Cross-curricular instruction is defined as a conscious effort to apply knowledge to more than one academic discipline at the same time. So a great example of this would be teaching reading informational text standards from language arts, but teaching them in science. So cross-curricular instruction is a great idea because it helps students master the concepts better. Because you're taking concepts that are normally taught in the core subjects and you're spreading them out into non-core subjects. So for example, we're taking concepts from language arts and putting them in science. If you want to move standards from a subject like language arts to another subject like science, stay tuned and I will show you how.
Go to the Classes tab and press Standards up at the top, and then click the gear icon. And this will allow you to open up your groups. So groups are essentially a list of standards that will be taught in each class. There should already be groups set up here. If you don't have any groups set up, then please go check out that training on standards. I'll put a link in the description for you. So while the groups can be named anything that you want, we recommend that you name them the same way that you name your classes, so that way it's really easy to understand which group goes to which class. In order to edit one of the groups, just click on it, and then two new boxes will pop up. The one in the middle is a list of standards that are in that group. The one on the right is a list of standards that are not part of that group. You can see from the bottom the number of standards that are in the class and the number of standards that are not in the class. By clicking on a standard, you can either add it or remove it from your group. If your goal is to move a set of standards, such as reading informational text, from language arts, which is the default subject under Common Core, to science, there's two steps. First, remove the set of standards from language arts. And second, add them to science. So how do we do that? Well, we first need to find the reading informational text standards in order to delete them. So you can use this search box to type in either the ID or the text found in the standard. Now, here is a list of all of the reading informational text standards for first grade. You can see that the ID for all of them start with 1.RI. That means I can just search for 1.RI here, and then that will find all of them for me. I can just select them all and then press remove. Now, if you don't know the IDs of all the standards in a particular category, go to Students, Admin, Import Standards. And go ahead and select a group of standards from the list. The checkboxes on the left will be checked if you're using those standards. If they're not checked, it means you're not using them. If I want to see the IDs for reading informational text, I can drill down into the first grade English and open up informational text. Here I can see the actual IDs for each standard. And as you can see, they all have the same pattern of 1.RI. and then a number. So that's how I knew to search for 1.RI. So far, I removed the reading informational text standards for English language arts. Next, I need to add reading informational text standards to science. There's no save button, so you can just select science from the menu on the left. On the right column, I'm going to search for 1.RI, and then I'm going to select them. Now, you might be wondering if reading informational text can be covered in two subjects. The answer is yes, and it will look like this. So doing so creates a new instance of those standards, and each is assessed independently of the other. So for example, a student could get a 4 in reading informational text for ELA and get a 2 for reading informational text under science. So you can think of this as a copy of the standards. It's not the same standard being assessed at the same time. This is a great option for schools that want to track student learning expectations in each subject. The last step is to make sure all of your groups are connected to a class. And this is a very, very important step. I'm not going to cover it here, but it is covered in the standards-based grading course. Once those groups are connected to classes, everything will be done, and teachers will be able to see the standards they need to cover right from their gradebook or from lesson plans. They don't need to spend any extra time.
And that's it. We learned about cross-curricular grading in Gradelink, what it is, how to set it up. I hope this video provided a lot of value to you. If you did, please give it a thumbs up or consider adding a comment. And I'll see you in the next video.